I'll be doing group work 10, problems 1, 2, and 3. In this problem, they ask, in the 11 a.m. section, 38 students each tossed pennies 30 times for a total of 1,140 tosses. Heads appeared in about 52% of all tosses. In question 1, it asks, assuming unbiased coin flips, what are the mean and standard deviations for the proportion of heads appearing in a random sample of 1,140 tosses? So, what we can do in order to find the mean is we make a table. So, value 1 and 0, 1 meaning that it ends up on heads, and 0 it ends up on tails. We can assume that it says that it is an unbiased coin flip, so we can assume that it is there's a 50 chance of it landing on heads or tails. And so in order to find the mean, we need to multiply the value times its probability and then add it, and we come out with the mean of 0.5. And in order to find our standard deviation, we multiply 0.52 times 1 minus 0.52. 0.52 is our success, and 1 minus 0.52 is our failure. And we divide that by 1,140, which is the sample size, and we square it. And that would come out to, and that would give us a value of 0.0148. So we move on to question 2, and it asks, assuming unbiased coin flips, what is the probability that heads would appear at least 52% of the time in 1,140 tosses? Why can we use the central limit theorem to approximate this probability? Well, we can use the central limit theorem because our sample size is greater than or equal to 30. So the CLT checks out. Now, what we needed to do in order to find the probability is we need to find a z-score. The z-score formula is the value minus the mean divided that by the standard deviation. And so we have our value, which is 0.52, which is also our success. 0.52 minus our mean, which is 0.5, which we found in part 1. And we divide that by our standard deviation, which we also found in part 1, which is 0.0148. And that gives us a z-score of 1.35. And we need to use the z-table to find the probability of the z-score 1.35. So the probability that heads appear 52% of the time is actually 0.9115. Question 3 asks, based on your answers in part 5, is there reason to believe that coin flips were biased towards heads in the 11 a.m. section? No, because the probability of getting 0.52 is 0.91, which makes sense because the normal probability of getting heads or tails is 0.50.